Grayscale continues to sell billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin, and in the last couple of days we've had hundreds of millions of longs liquidated, but the price just keeps going down. Bitcoin's now sitting at a critical level between $38,000 and $40,000, and in today's video we're going to talk about what we need to see in order to see a reversal and what could happen if the price keeps going lower. By the way, if you're new to the channel, hi, my name is Jess, and as the channel name suggests, it's all about crypto, trading, and technical analysis. So if you're all about that or you'd love to learn, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. So in early January, we had 11 of our spot ETFs approved, and the market absolutely rallied to a local high of $49,000. Pretty much immediately after that, we had the seller news event, and we dumped. A lot of this was retail who was taking profit when they accumulated all the way back in 2023. And then on Wednesday, we had Grayscale announce that there was a mass sell-off of their ETF BTC. Billions of dollars were being moved back to Coinbase where they were selling it. I don't know if it's over the counter or just spot market, but really fun fact, FTX, if you guys remember them, they held 22 million of this ETF, and their dumping accounts for at least like almost half of the selling that we have here. So that's really, really fun. They're like the gift that keeps on giving. And so obviously we're unable to push past billions of dollars of sales, and so the market dumped and it's still going down, and we broke below our macro level of support at $40,000. The price is currently sitting at $39,800. So Bitcoin's currently sitting between this really important range between $38,000 and $40,000. And we've been sitting above this support for about a month now, and it's originally what gave us the strength to push above this level and touch $38,000, which for those of you who don't know is a major bull run trigger point. So obviously, getting a reversal here is really, really important, and to see the possibilities of reversal, we need to go into a shorter time frame. So on a 1 hour time frame, we have our local low here at 38,538. So that's within our range here at 38, that big range that I showed you at $38,000 to $40,000. So naturally, our local low becomes a trigger point for a continuation downwards. So if we're unable to break above our resistance here and we reject downwards and pass this 38,500, then that would be a sign that we're going to continue to test the bottom of that range support at $38,000. So in terms of resistance, our major level of resistance is this range here at $40,200 to $40,700. If we go onto a 12-hour chart, you can see that it was previously a really, really strong level of support. When we broke above $40,000, we found a base of support on this range once, twice, 3 times, and 4 times. So clearly it was really, really strong. And so conversely, a strong level of support becomes a really strong level of resistance. Going back into the 1 hour chart, you can see that we've tested this range as a resistance 3 times so far, and each time we've rejected. Breaking above this level would be really, really important, because as you can see, it would signify that we were able to reject above this $38,000 to $48,000 range of support, and continue back upwards to that next level of resistance at $48,000. Going back to a shorter time frame chart, so we're on 4 hour chart, you can see that this downwards move from past that initial like big sell-off point, we have this downtrend here. We've got 2 points of confirmation for this downtrend, and this downtrend coincides with this level of horizontal resistance here. So it's another confirmation that if we break above this level, we've broken the downtrend and we would continue upwards and see a new trend develop. So another thing we need to see on top of the break of our downtrend and the break of this horizontal level of resistance is a flip above our 50-day moving average. So a 50-day moving average is this red line here, and it's on my market cipher A. You can just generate it on like an actual moving average. But as you can see, when we broke below that level, it's what triggered an explosive move to the downside. And so conversely, when we break above it, it would signal a true bullish reversal to the upside. And so that level is at 41,800. And after breaking this and finding support on our 50-day moving average, we should go up to test this next level of major resistance at 44,300 to 44,700 or 800. As you can see, it was our major resistance before we saw a breakthrough to test our local high of $49,000. We had 2, 3, 4 retests of this level, and we found support upon this level after breaking down from $47,000, and it gave us enough support to test that local high. So very strong level of resistance here, but it is what we need to see broken before we can have another test of our local high. Zooming back a little bit on our daily chart, you can see that we were in this macro uptrend for about 3 months, and we lost this uptrend when we lost this level here at $41,000. If we break above this level again at 44,300, it would also signify breaking back into this uptrend here. If we break above it and we maintain this uptrend, this entire move below it should become a deviation and will continue back upwards to test our local high and possibly above. Moving on to the bearish scenario, guys. So what's going to happen if we break below this local low of 38,500 and we lose our macro level of support at $38,000? Well, going on to a monthly chart, if we lose this level of $38,000, the next level of support is all the way down at $36,000. So that would mean another 10% drop for Bitcoin from where it is right now. The main reason why that would be so bad is the moment we lose this level at $38,000, we have a really high likelihood of forming a bearish engulfing candle on the monthly chart. So that would be extremely bad for Bitcoin, and it would signal a macro trend reversal to the downside. Going just a little bit further, guys, if we break below that level at $36,000, it would also signal a break back into the Gaussian channel on the monthly chart, which would be, again, very, very bearish for Bitcoin. It signals a continuation downwards and a complete reversal of the bullish trend that we're seeing here. Also, it would represent the first time in the history of the 4-year cycle that we've rejected from a bullish trigger point and gone back into the Gaussian channel and closed there. That's the important part, if we close there. So these bullish trigger points, I've marked them out as are the black lines, and I've talked about them in other videos, and they're basically like a dead cat bounce level. Essentially, they trigger the bull market when we do a proper breakthrough of that level. Never in the history of the 4-year cycle have we rejected from that level and closed below the Gaussian channel. So if we do that this time and we break below $36,000 and we close there, that would be completely unprecedented for Bitcoin. Not saying that will happen. Support is still support. So we're still sitting at $38,000. I'm just rolling out scenarios, and these are just things to look out for. In terms of the likelihood of a reversal, it's honestly really hard to say, purely because of the impact of institutional money on the market. But I will say that the more and more we test this level of resistance here at 40,200 to 40,700, the more and more likely we are to push past this sell wall. I would also like to add that as long as we stay above this level at $38,000, there's really no need to stress. I know that there's a lot of people saying that we're not going to see a bull market because of this, and Grayscale holds too much Bitcoin for us to ever push past that sell wall, but the people selling GBTC aren't always going to be out of the market. Just because they're selling now doesn't mean they're not going to enter later, and maybe they're even going to buy spot Bitcoin. We don't know that. We just know that for now, we're still within this range, we're still above macro support, and there's really no need to worry. In terms of reversal though, in terms of increasing the likelihood of reversal, what I would really like to see is some strong momentum and volume push upwards as we approach these levels of resistance. So for example, on a 12-hour chart, we can see that we've exhausted our bearish volume. We've printed a green dot. And if we continue onwards and we print past the midpoint, that would be really good to see. As well as on those shorter time frames, we have those moving averages to look out for. Every time we break above that 50-hour moving average, we have another chance of testing that resistance at 40,200, and again, like I said, every time we test it, higher chance that we break above it. Okay guys, that is everything I had to say on the current price action of Bitcoin. If you guys enjoyed the video or you learned something, feel free to like and subscribe to the channel down below. If you like my content or you want to see more, I do have a free Telegram where you can sign up for daily Bitcoin updates as well as crypto and economic news. If you're a trader and you want 15% off your trading fees, feel free to sign up down below to Bitget and BingX, which are 2 exchanges that I personally use. Both of them offer extensive sign-up bonuses as well as trading rewards. BingX is also completely non-KYC worldwide and better for people based in the US and Singapore. That is everything from me, guys, so I will see you next week, and I hope you guys have a great week. Bye!